Hi there and welcome to this English course. This course is intended to second year bac students, but it's also intended to everyone who wants to study English. My name is Ahmed SAYAR and welcome to my channel. Please encourage by like, share and subscribe. So today we are going to study the conditional type 3. And we're also going to study wishes and regrets in the past. So let's start first. The conditional type 3. What is the form of the conditional type 3? So the form is this. We start with if plus the past perfect. What is the past perfect? The past perfect is had plus verb in past participle. Like what, for example? Had visited, had seen, had had. So had visited here, the verb is to visit. Had been, the verb here is to be. Had, the verb here is to have. Had seen, the verb here is to see. So this is the past perfect. Plus would or wouldn't. Sometimes you can use could or couldn't. It depends. Plus have, plus verb, and the verb must be in the past participle, which is, as we have seen, been, visited, or had. So this is the rule of the conditional type 3. What is the use of conditional type 3? Where do you use it? So conditional type 3 refers to the past situation. Okay? So it talks about cause and that cause in the past which had a certain result. So here we just use the if and change, try to think about the cause, the if clause in the other way. So if clause is always about the cause and the main clause is always about the result. Now let me give you an example. He didn't drive carefully. So this is a cause. What is the result? So this is the result. We are going to see the result. He had a bad crash. Again, the cause and the effect. The cause and the result of that cause. All of this happened in the past and finished. So sometimes we can start by the main clause or the result in the beginning of the sentence and then finish the sentence by the if clause or by the cause. For example, you can say he had a bad crash. Why? What's the reason? Because, or since, or as he didn't drive carefully. So again, here I'm expressing the cause of that consequence. He had a bad crash because he didn't drive carefully. Now, this is the past. And if we want to use if, we're going to say if he had driven carefully, he wouldn't have had a bad crash. So if he had driven carefully, he wouldn't have had a bad crash. But, very important this question, but he didn't drive carefully. So that's what happened in the past, okay? He didn't drive carefully. And he didn't drive carefully. What happened? So what happened is that he had a bad crash. That is it. That's what happened in the past. So if he had driven carefully, he wouldn't have had that bad crash. Okay? We are imagining the situation in the different way. Now we move to the past wishes or past regret. We start first by defining the past wishes or the past regret. It refers to the past situation. It's like the conditional type 3, which refers also to past situations. Okay, so the rule is this: the subject pronoun plus the wish plus subject pronoun plus verb in the past perfect, And we finish the sentence, of course. Okay. Now let me give you a real situation here. Karim didn't revise his lessons. So again, this is a sentence that happened in the past. Karim didn't revise his lessons. Of course, this is a cause, and we are going to see the effect or the result of this cause. Now, we want to use here wish. We say Karim wishes, es, because we have Karim. So Karim wishes he, subject pronoun. Now the verb here is revise, and in the past perfect is going to be he wishes, or Karim wishes he had revised his lessons. Pay attention here. So in the real situation, the verb is negative, but in wish, the verb is affirmative. If only, again, it's the same thing. If only Karim had revised his lessons, but he didn't revise his lessons. Okay? And so he failed. That's the consequence. Okay? That's the result. Example number 1. A cause is always gives a result. So I'm going to give you a cause here, which is Steve was absent. So what's the result of this? He missed the exam. Okay? Cause, being absent, and the result, missing the exam. Now, first question I'm going to ask here, where are the verbs? So the verbs are was and missed. That's good. So what tense are the verbs? The verbs are in the past. Very good. What form are the verbs? The verbs are affirmative, which means that I need to write them in the negative form. Great. So we start with if now. If Steve, so again, where is the cause? Steve was absent. Now here I need to write the verb to be, which is was, in the past perfect negative. It's going to be if Steve hadn't, so again negative, if Steve hadn't been absent, and finish sentence, he. Then we have missed. The verb miss here is affirmative. Great, it's affirmative, so which means I need to use it here negative. So negative form here is wouldn't have plus the past participle of the verb miss, which is missed. Okay, so he wouldn't, okay, finish my sentence, he wouldn't have missed the exam. That's it. Next example. We stay with this example. If Steve hadn't been absent, he wouldn't have missed the exam. But what's the reality? What's the real situation? The real situation is that he was absent and he missed the exam. Okay? So he missed the exam. That's the real, a reality in the past. This is it. Okay? So with wish and if only, I'm going to use the sentence like this. Steve wishes, okay, Steve wishes he hadn't been absent. Steve wishes he hadn't been absent. Okay, so you see, it's the same thing, the same form. Steve wishes he hadn't been absent, but he was absent. With if only, again, it's the same thing. If only Steve hadn't been absent. Again, he was absent. If only Steve hadn't been absent, he wouldn't have missed the exam. Again, it's a regret. Steve was absent and he missed the exam. It's just a regret. We are regretting, Steve regrets what happened. Great. Now we move to another example. Many people became jobless because a lot of factories closed. Great. Again, here I need to ask about the cause. Where is the cause? The cause is this. A lot of factories closed. Again, where is the effect? Where is the consequence of this cause? The consequence is that many people became jobless. Great. So I found the cause. I found the effect. Now I need to find the verbs. Where are the verbs? And what's the verb form? Great. The verbs are became and closed. Great. So they are affirmative. Very good. So the verbs are affirmative, which means that I need to put them in the negative form. Very good. So with if, the sentence is going to be if plus the cause. So the cause, which is a lot of factories closed. The verb here closed, it is in the affirmative form, which means I need to put it in the negative form. So the sentence is going to be if a lot of factories hadn't closed. So finish my sentence again. The effect, many people became jobless. So here the verb became is affirmative, so I need to put wouldn't. So many people wouldn't have become. Past participle of the verb to become is become jobless. Great. But what happened? What happened is that a lot of factories closed. So the result is that many people became jobless. With if only, the sentence is going to be not different. So if only a lot of factories hadn't closed. Okay, you see, it's the same form. If only a lot of factories hadn't closed, many people wouldn't have become jobless. With I wish, for example, I wish, again the same thing. I wish a lot of factories hadn't closed. Then many people wouldn't have become jobless. Great. Another example again. Stephanie lost the keys, so she stayed out all night. So for the back students here, if this sentence is given to you, and if they ask you to rewrite the sentence as suggested, and if they give you, for example, if. Now the first question you are going to ask yourself, where is the cause and where is the effect? Again here, where is the cause? So the cause is Stephanie lost the keys. Very good. So this is the cause. The effect, where is the effect? The effect is that she stayed out all night. Great. When I find the cause and I find the effect, then I need to look for the verbs. Where are the verbs? The verbs lost and stayed. Very good. Then what form are the verbs? So the form here is both verbs are affirmative. Great. This means that I need to put them in the negative form. Very good. Now I'm going step by step. Now I start with if. Now as I said, if is always followed by the cause. So here we have cause Stephanie lost the keys. So the opposite, since I have the verb here affirmative, I need to use the negative form. So the negative of the verb, the past perfect is hadn't. So if cause plus effect, as I said. So here, if Stephanie hadn't lost the keys, okay, and finish my sentence, she, and I have here stayed, which is affirmative, so I need to put it negative. With the negative form here, she wouldn't have. So the sentence, she wouldn't have stayed, she wouldn't have stayed without she out all night. Great. She wouldn't have stayed out all night. Very good. Now I finish my sentence here with if only. So, if only Stephanie hadn't lost the keys. You see? Great. Now with wishes. Stephanie wishes she hadn't lost the keys. Okay? So it's a wish. Very good. I hope back students would understand perfectly the conditional type 3 and the past regrets and past wishes. Thank you for watching and see you in next video where I'm going to put more examples and more back examples to let you understand well these two grammatical structures. Okay, my name is Ahmed SAYAR. Thank you for watching. Please, before you leave, encourage us by, as you know, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching and see you in the next videos. Please, if you don't understand anything, just stop the video, repeat the video and go back over those examples, write them and try to understand them. Thank you very much for watching.